Before we start with the hearings, there is a list at the back of the room. If you'd like to speak, please sign on to that list. A couple rules of engagement. And that is that you address the board, and before you do, there's a dais right over here where you can speak. You want to give your name and address. It is televised, and there is a recorder to record your comments. This is again. This is a hearing. We will not respond. It's not a debate. We just want your views, and we will record them, and we will discuss them at a later meeting. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes. You'll have a 1-minute warning sign, and the beeper will go at 3 minutes, and at which time we'll ask you to sit down.
Mr. Supervisor, could I make a comment on that?
You could make a comment when I'm through giving the rules for engagement.
Okay.
There'll be no. You cannot assign your time to speak to another person. A speaker that has spoken once may not speak again until after everyone has had an opportunity to speak. I don't think that will be a problem because we're going to be here for 2 hours. 3 hours? 3 hours. And it looks like everyone could speak, 10 or 15 minutes. So anyway, that's all I have to say. You have a comment, Dave?
Yes.
Name?
Speaking. I'm sorry.
Your name, please.
David Lamora. Speaking for all the citizens in Cape Vincent here, I would like to petition the board to please waive that time limit on the speaking, on addressing the board.
I will not waive it, but as you, when you've spoken for 3 minutes, after everybody else has spoken, you may get up again and speak for a longer period.
With all due respect, Mr. Supervisor, this is a public hearing. It's also a town board meeting. It's an official town board meeting. And considering the gravity of what's happening here in this community, and considering the gravity of what's happening in the state, and how that is going to impact what's happening in this community, and considering the fact that because of what's happening in Albany, that this could very well be the last chance any of our citizens in this town have a chance to address this board on this issue. In light of that, I'm asking that at least my comments cannot be understood in the perspective of speaking with the restraint of 3 minutes and then waiting until the end and speaking with 3 minutes again. I will respectfully ask you again to reconsider that and waive the time limit. And in order to be fair, I'm asking to waive it for everyone, not just myself.
I like that idea, by the way.
Hold on here. Any comments from the board?
How long do you think you need to express what you want to say?
That's not relevant. The point is, it's going to be 10 minutes maybe. I can't be positive. I'm not an orator. I'm not a public speaker. I would like to collect myself and speak in a reasonable fashion, not rush. And if it takes 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I think that's immaterial to the gravity of what we're facing here today. If I could add, at official public hearings, the board will accept comments and information from consultants or all sorts of evidence, official evidence. And in those cases, those folks are allowed an unlimited amount of time to imply or get the information to you. All I'm asking is that you afford us as citizens that same privilege, so that we may speak for possibly the last time in public on this issue.
Thank you. If you'll sit down, we'll discuss.
I'd be willing to talk. Dave has been very involved and has something to say. I don't think he's intending to filibuster us. And if he feels 3 minutes is not enough, I'd have a tendency to give him or anyone else who wants to speak more time. I think there's some limit though, I mean, you know, you just can't, he says forever or whatever without limit. Say put 20 minutes on it or 15 minutes on it, I'd be willing to go that far.
Mr. Supervisor, why don't you do the people that are happy with me first and give them the time at the end?
My opinion would be if this room suddenly fills up with a lot of people, we're going to be in problems. If that person that wants to go over on their time limit waits till everyone else has spoke, I have no problem giving them 6 minutes.
3 minutes to start, and the second go around, they can take much more time. 10 minutes for the second go around.
I will allow 6 minutes on the first go around, and we're going to be here for 3 hours. There's enough people. Second time around, you're going to have 10 minutes.
With all due respect, members, Mr. Hershey and board members, that's really not satisfactory to me. I have no intention of filibustering. I can guarantee to you that every single thing that I'm going to say is completely relevant and to the issue at hand. It is directly related to the passing of this zoning law and the impact of it on this community.
How do you feel about letting other people speak first?
I would prefer to speak when I've signed up on a sheet, because that's the order. And I'd also like to mention that according to town law that regulates public hearings, it is strictly up to the discretion of the board to decide whether there are time limits on speaking. And again, I would repeat that if there are witnesses here, or scientists, or any other official person giving evidence, they are not held to a time limit. And that's all I'm asking for is that same privilege. I can't honestly. I know all of you gentlemen personally, and I believe that you know that I do not intend to filibuster in any way. I have a message to give this board. It's a personal conversation with this board, and this is the venue to do it. It's my right. We have the rights under the Constitution. We have the right to petition, and we also have the right to redress. And I fully intend to exercise those rights.
Thank you.
I fully support you.
Okay. You have heard it. Okay, 6 minutes? That's enough.
It's not enough.
You're going to be out of order, okay? The board has said 6 minutes, first time around, 10 minutes, second time around. Sit down, please.
I just would like to inform you that when I speak, when it is my turn to speak, I do not intend to stop at 6 minutes. You can call me out of order, you can do whatever you like, but I'm going to exercise my right to petition and the freedom to speak. I think it's unreasonable under these conditions that you will not allow that.
You can talk till the cows come home, but you're only going to speak for 6 minutes to begin with. Sit down.
I will sit down, but I will
Thank
not
you.
stop at 6 minutes.